Good morning, my beautiful followers. How is everyone doing today? I am in a different location for my live stream today. I am sitting in Kendall Williams' house, my colleague. She is off with her man, having a great time in Colorado, and I came by to check on the kittens and have some coffee and just get a change of scenery. And so I'm sitting in her chair. I should be like, "Hi, I'm Kendall Williams, and this is Conscious Coffee. Do you like my coffee? I'm drinking actual coffee today." I should do this whole roast. I should be like, I'm Kendall Williams, and this is Conscious Coffee. She's not been doing anything roastable lately. Usually, I so one of these days I'm gonna roast her on Facebook just for the fun of it. Do a friendly roasting, but today's not that day. It is definitely, it's a dreary day here in North Texas. It's like raining cats and dogs, which is unusual for us. We don't usually get as much rain as we've been getting, so it is definitely a cozy New Year's Eve. Before I go and get my workout on and get my day started, get my article written, all of that. But I was thinking, because I'm seeing all these posts on 2020 and 2021 and kind of New Year's resolutions and goals for the future, and then at the same time I'm seeing a lot of people talking about how they're so glad that 2020 is dead and gone. And it's interesting because years, yes, they hold an energy. They do. They hold this energy in each year. But at the same time, our lives don't change the moment that we jump into a new year. We are the ones who have to make that change. And so I was making coffee, and I was thinking, okay, well, what has this last year brought me? And I actually saw a funny meme, and it was like, I find it funny that I'm going to totally ruin this, but it was like something along the lines of like, I find it funny that that the label of this last year has been 2020, and then next year is going to be 2021. So, yep. 2020 has won in a lot of our worlds. Like, it has definitely won. But many of us have actually succeeded and pushed through, and I'm looking around at my clients and I'm seeing the beauty that has actually come from this year, and the growth and the transformation. And there is so many people really stepping into their faith and their trust. And I'm seeing a lot of people really awaken into new energies, and we had all that beautiful astrology come in, or like all the transitions of conjunctions, and we've had new moons, and we have all this energy swirling. I obviously need more coffee this morning. We've had all this energy swirl, but before that I was actually seeing people really awaken and come into either their gifts or choosing to really step back. And I'm lucky to have clients that were really stepping into my gifts, and not as many that were choosing to sit at home and just watch Netflix and just play on the computer, but really get out there in whatever way they felt like they were being called to, whether that was starting a business, connecting with family, getting out there, actually going and traveling, trying new hobbies. I've seen a lot of people really stepping up into that. Actually, one of my family members found that he is an amazing sculptor this year. 2020 gave him a chance to sit in his office, and he became an amazing sculptor. He's making these huge, gigantic, like gnome home things from scratch. He never would have discovered that if he didn't have to sit down and not be able to go to work every day, and had the chaos that we usually have going on in years. This year has been chaotic, but it has been a different kind of chaos. And so I was thinking, as I kind of rabbit trail, I was thinking about kind of the messages I got this year. And really this year has been all about moments for me. And going into 2021, I want them to continue to be about moments, because moments are really what make up our lives. It is not most of the time the laundry getting done and, maybe the house getting cleaned. Those little things, they are not the juiciness of our life. They don't usually twist us one way or the other. Hi, everybody jumping on. Hi, Terry. Hi, Flavio. Hi, everybody. Those are not usually the moments that make up our lives as much as all these. They're usually really mundane moments in truth. Like, they're moments, so you can make them a moment, but most of the time that isn't what truly gives us the juiciness of our lives. It's all the other moments. When I say moments, that's not always positive moments. I was thinking over this year, and there's been several really like heart-gripping moments. Some of them are still happening right now, still in the works, and I'm watching and I'm experiencing them right now. Some of them have nothing to do with me, and I'm just watching friends and family go through things. But some of those heart-gripping moments of the last year, moments of fear of what's going to happen with COVID. I remember, when lockdown started happening, there was fear that came up, and I was like, I'll be fine. I felt like I'd be okay whether I lived in my house or not. But at the end of the day, that fear pushed me to get creative with other things in my business. For example, I got really creative in my business this last year and found new ways to journal. But also, there was I had a moment where I remember it was actually around my birthday. There was this moment where I realized some changes I truly had to make. And so we look at the last year, and a lot of us go, it was shit. I never want to see this year again. And you cannot want to redo this year. You can be like, that was a rough year. I don't really need to redo that year. Because guess what? You don't get to redo that year, this year. But also look at the moments you've had, even the tough moments. Like I said, I was looking at the tough moments, and that moment, especially around my birthday, it was actually a shifter. It was, wow, I'm really going to have to make some changes here, and here. I really had to look at my shadow. I had to look at myself. And it really transformed me. I felt like it really was a cincher in my world in 2020. And then looking at just some of the other situations I've watched going on in other people's lives, my lives, all that impacted me, I'm watching how these difficult moments really catapulted all of us, have really catapulted us. And we don't appreciate it in the moment because obviously it's rough, it's tough, but it's taking yourself in those rough moments and really pulling yourself out and becoming the witness and going, what is this all? What is the message here? What am I supposed to be getting here? And then also leaning into trust and faith and out of fear. And that's what I feel a lot of people are going into this next year with, is a lot of fear of the unknown, the uncertain. And guess what? Our lives are always uncertain. We never know for fact. This year has just made it very evident. This year has been the year of truth telling, I feel. It's been that year of people coming up against the things they weren't willing to look at prior. And now they have no choice but to fucking look at it. They're like, no, you have to look at this. You have to see this. Universe is no longer playing around with us. It's like, no, here, you have to look at this. And I believe that this is going to be the same in 2021. Maybe a little bit different, but I believe it is still going to be a year that we're going to have to look at ourselves. And we're going to have to own our own shit. And we're going to have to own our moments, good and bad. And then I was looking also at the good moments. And this year has definitely been about moments, because I look at and I can pick all these beautiful moments too. I can pick these moments of like heart-wrenching, gut-churning kind of like, is this really happening moments? But I also can pick these beautiful moments of connection and laughter and really just love. I can pick out these beautiful moments of stepping up for people. I can pick people stepping up for me. There was one moment I went and I talked about it way back when, it was months ago. I went and I did some of my own trauma work, some of my own trauma processing work, because I had something coming up, but I'm like, this shit's got to clear. This shit's got to clear. This is something that came up from years ago that I had done my work on, done my processing. And that moment actually ended up being so beautiful. Ended up being so beautiful after the fact, because I was like, wow, I did that. I was able to overcome that. This last year, I've also had all these, I love to travel. You know, I love to travel. I have hair in my mouth. What the heck? Sorry. Okay, I'm back now. I can focus. But I love to travel, and I've been blessed to actually see more of the U.S. this last year, and really have these small little trips that were connective and fun and playful and transformational and learning and getting to go camping and these little moments. So we look at life and we oftentimes go, I'm going to wait for that. I'm going to wait for that moment. I'm going to wait for that moment. And oftentimes there's these huge moments like holidays or huge trips, and we miss all the little moments. And I feel like for myself, and I know for many of you, this year has really, really focused in around the little moments, the moments of doing a puzzle with your kids at the table. The other day I was out with my nephews and I took them for hot cocoa, and it was a moment, it was a fun moment of just laughter and silliness. Well, those are the little moments we previously were really just kind of washing over. We weren't diving into them as much because we were so busy. And this year, while there was busyness, there was this need and forced connection. And in some situations, that didn't end up so well, because I know that there was a lot of transformation in relationships. Unfortunately, there was a lot of domestic violence and child abuse this year as well. I've heard that more than I've heard of any other year. Clients and friends and family coming to me and going, hey, this is what I am experiencing. So unfortunately, this forced closeness that we had this year either made us or broke us, and there was a lot of transformation. There was a lot of boundary setting, and these moments are going to catapult us into 2021 and 2022. And these moments that we just experienced, we have to take them in. We have to look at them and honor them. Honor them for what they gave us. Honor them for what they taught us. We don't have to be like, that was fun. That was super fun. Unless they were fun. Like, I jumped out of a plane this year. That was fun. That was fun. That was thrilling. You know what was even more fun in that situation? What was even more fun in that situation was watching everybody else in the plane that I was jumping out with freak. They were all freaking. And I was like, everyone thought I was going to freak out. And I was like, let's do it. I was so excited. I was so excited to jump out of that plane. It was fun. It was fun. But you don't have to look at all these learning moments and teaching moments that you've had this year as fun and exciting. But you can look at them and go, what was the lesson? What was the lesson? What was the learning? What was the beauty that came out of that? Because there's beauty. I promise you. Even if you were still in the middle of it, there is beauty. I know some people going through some really serious shit right now. I know some kids that are in hospitals that need help right now, that are really kind of just pushing through. Their little spirits are pushing through. I know people who are in massive relationship transformation breakups. I know people who are going through some massive fearful situations of what is next week even going to look like. Not even next month, next year, but what is just even next week going to look like. But even in those moments, there is still the beauty. There is still beauty to be had. And so I want you going forward this year in the next year, not this year, we're pretty much done with this year. I want you to take more time to focus in on your moments. Don't focus in on what you want your resolutions to be. I hate fucking New Year's resolutions because there are a ton of goals that nobody ever keeps. And nobody ever keeps. So we set the bar so high oftentimes. And I know I'm going to get somebody that's going to go, I kept my New Year's resolution. Good. That meant that you were aligned to it. That meant that you really were on board with it. That meant that it was doable for you and it was soul aligned. But the average person does not keep their New Year's resolutions for very long because we're not perfect, and we cannot add all this stuff to our plate immediately and expect to change, because most of the time it's not aligned stuff. We oftentimes do not do the alignment work for that change. And so today, I want you to really focus in on, and I'm talking today, or if you're watching this video in a few days, you can do it then too. But today, I want you to really look at what you want your moments to feel like. Yes, what do you want your moments to feel like in 2021? In what ways do you want to move forward, and how do you want it to feel? I want you to really visualize each little moment. It might not be the exact moment that will come to you, but I want you to get into the feeling. So if you are wanting a new relationship, I want you to take a second and I want you to really close your eyes. I want you to feel like, what would it feel like to be with that person? Where is the love in my body? Where is the softness in my body? What are the emotions that are coming up? What are we doing? I want you to focus in on those little moments and the energy behind those moments. That's what this next year is about. It's the energy of our moments. So we had all these moments in 2020. Well, they taught us how important moments are. So I want you to start fucking focusing on the moments you want to have. Stop focusing on the current. Yes, I just said that. I want you to focus on the current moment too. But I want you to not focus on the current moment and all the negativity and all the shit and all the drama going on. I want you to take it for another moment. And then I want you to focus in on calling in the moments you desire, with the energy you desire, with the emotion you desire, with the feeling you desire, and really get into it. Really experience it. Because that is what's going to create your 2021. Not all this list of I will work out this much, I will do this, I will do that. Things that don't feel actually aligned to you. And really leaning into those, because that will lead the way. Your passion, your desire, your feeling for those moments is what will push you forward. It is what will give you the motivation. I hate the word motivation, but it will give you the motivation to move forward. So check in on those little moments. Really drop into yourself and see, what do you want 2020 to look like? And what do you want those moments? And then as you look back over this last year, stop hating on it. Stop hating on it. See it for what it gave you. See it for the moments it gave you and gifted you. And all the lessons and the learning and the love and the connection. Because I know that I can look over my year and I could choose to look at all the negative stuff. All the shit. Because we all have shit. There always will be moments of contrast. Welcome to Abraham Hicks land. No, there will always be moments of contrast. And so, focus in on the moments of love, connection, beauty. And that is the energy you want to enter 2021 with. So, all right, guys, I feel like I got the message across today. So, on another note, I hope you guys all have a great New Year's. No matter how you're choosing to spend it, I hope you have an amazing New Year's. Check out, if you are interested in doing one-on-one coaching, go over to my application and fill out my consultation application. Other than that, I am doing an in-person workshop in the DFW area with Kendall Williams on, I believe it's the 16th. You're going to have to go check my calendar. Tantric Reboot. And that is a way for you to get your butt kicked and restarted in 2021, getting you moving forward. This is the 4th annual year that we've done this workshop. It's going to be amazing. I know we already have seats filling, so do not wait. Get your butt in the door now. So, and again, you can visit me at addisonbell.net. The events page will have the registration details for that. Other than that, I will see you beautiful people tomorrow for another Addison Unleashed. And remember, grab that fire within. Love you guys. Bye.